First step is adding the male terminals for the other end of the harness to the tweeter wires that we ran over here to the sides of the dash. Fernando's already put our mounting bracket back into place, returning the 4 screws to it. Next is going to be our harness. Starting with the main power plug, clip it into place. The white clip for the stop start. OBD2 black connector. Moving down to our connection point here. Connect our tweeters into the harness. The antenna connection. Then we want to make sure we have the microphone and the GPS antenna and the USB here where we can get to it. With all of those connections made, start tucking our module into the dash, making sure to just keep all our connectors right here. Start with the radio harness, the Bluetooth mic, GPS antenna, iData connection, USB-C. The last to go in is our backup camera. For that, we add in their RCA and we find the yellow connector that says rear camera in. And that is everything for this particular basic radio install. Now we just need to get everything tucked into the dash. Check to make sure all 4 of your clips are attached and locked into place. The next step is to put this area back together here so that we can test the radio. The reason for that is this has to plug in. This is already plugged in and there's really nothing else on here that plugs in. So once we get this attached, we can slide the screen into place, turn it on, and make sure everything, all the buttons and all that stuff work before we try to put this, oh my god, so hard piece back on. This has the 3 clips, the one for push to start, the parking brake, and the stop start over here on this side. Make sure that everything is plugged in nice and tight. Push it back down into place and replace the 2 20mm we took out. Slide the boot back in. Make sure you get the click and then tuck it back down into place. Make sure your rubber mat is still functional. And from there, I can slide the screen in now. All right. That looks nice. Hit the push to start. Hit the home button to get the unit to power up. This radio is still configured from when we had it on the bench for doing the demo, so my phone automatically paired up to it. So we are getting sound out of the mid bass. Hit my home button, go back to radio, and now I can test my volume. Volume here, volume there. Track is working. What's the weather like today?
The forecast is calling for rain today.
So our push to talk works. Hey, could you hop in and put in reverse for me? We got our backup sensors, we got our noisy stuff going on. So everything is doing what it's supposed to. We can look at the sensors or go back to the camera. All right, let's shut that off. Woo! That was exciting. Let's go back to home, apps, rear cam. So this is telling us that the factory camera only has power when it is in reverse. We're gonna lose that feature by retaining the factory camera. All right, the last thing I want to do is go into settings and go into system, scroll down here where it says factory reset. And we're gonna reset it, because we don't know what we did to this when we were playing on the bench, and it's just best to start over. At this point, what you're going to want to do is make sure that your radio is up to date. More than likely, you're going to need some form of a software update. Here, we need to change our speaker configuration to front 2-way. We'll select OK. Please confirm that you want to change. All sound and volume settings have been reset. We know that from looking at it earlier. All right, everything else is good. We'll select OK. We'll select close. Go into our settings, sound, advanced, crossover, and we will see our high pass filter we're gonna turn this off because right now we don't have a subwoofer. And we'll go to our tweeter. This is a Morel tweeter that we're putting in. So we're gonna cross it over at 2.5. And that means we'll bring our low pass crossover for our mid bass also down to 2.5. Right now we'll leave them at 12 dB and then we'll turn them up to 24 dB. We'll exit out of there, exit out of there. With that done, I'll leave the rest up to him to play with. I'm gonna shut the car off. We can pull this out of the dash. We added some Stinger Ultimate Roadkill to the back of this panel, make it a little bit more heavy, a little bit more robust. To put this back in, come behind your windshield wipers, go as far to the driver's side as you can so that you can get these T-clips in. There's 2 on this side. As soon as those go in, it's gonna shift like a ½ inch towards the passenger side. And you can push these in. Listen for that click. Yep, that's what we want to hear. This installation is not the final installation we are doing to this. Because this is the Lab, this thing is going to get taken apart again in a little bit, and it's going to get RCAs and power wire and all those other fun things put in. So for now, we're going to remove a couple of these clips, mainly like the 200 that we have right here in the center, so that when we go to pull this back out, it makes it easier to get back out. And then once we get this all done, we'll put these back in so that we don't get any issues with it. The joys of piano black is that, well, you're gonna touch everything, you're gonna make it extremely dirty. The nice thing is that most of this you'll never see again. But man, it looks so good when it's clean. So for the back side of this, we fixed all the broken pieces that the car dealer did, and we added our sound treatment to it. The rattle, as it turns out, was coming all the way from over here in the air vent. They had broken the air vent off of this bezel it's supposed to be attached, and the air vent itself is very loose inside of its mount. This whole area here was falling apart on us. Make sure to get it behind the windshield wiper. So the same as the gray, start at the far over to the driver's side, get the T in, push it over to the passenger side, and snap it into place. All right. It's just so shiny. I mean, it's like you guys, oh my gosh, it's so shiny.
It's like a mirror.
It is a mirror.
A dirty mirror.
All right, slide the unit into place. The blue bag of parts has our screws. There are 200 size screws. Definitely use a magnetic screwdriver. The stubby fat ones go into the bottom. The punishment for putting it as close as you can to here is that it's a pain in the butt to get the screws in. There's no doubt about it. All right.
Complaining too much.
And then the skinny screw goes here in the top. Screw that into place, and there you have it. He's decided he wanted to tilt it some towards him, which is no big deal. We just have to slide the screwdriver into the side.
The top one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that's like right on. Might have to put some foam on the bottom of that.
Oh, that's better.
All right, well, according to you gotta wipe over here.
That's fine.
I'll wipe it off, looks terrible. All right, guys, there you have it. Let's power this thing back up.
I think we should tilt it back in. No, it doesn't look like that.
What are you talking about?
Shut.
There you have it, the 9500 installed using the iData VW1 kit. The reason why we wanted to use this kit is this page here. We get our vehicle information page now, so it's going to tell us what our doors are, if we get a check engine light, our battery voltage. Tires aren't showing up because we need to roll. Once we start rolling, they'll be in place. We can come over here, we can turn on and off different features. We can then come back to home, all apps. We can see our climate control screen. It's in Celsius right now. We can change that in the menu. You go to applications, Maestro settings, vehicle features, vehicle settings, units, temperature, so Fahrenheit, there we go. All right, so those are all the features that are built into the factory radio. We can still have access to those. And then lastly, gauges. And there we go. So now when he's doing his 0 to 60, he can watch his thing go crazy and have all kinds of fun and excitement. Oh yeah! But with the iData, we get to keep all of those features, which is really nice. And there you have it. From unboxing it, looking at the harness, checking out the operating system, to finally getting it into the dash, fully functional and working. It's a lot of fun. We hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you like these, of course, let us know in the comments. We'll try to do more if you do. That's all we got. Fernando, if you please.
On to the next one, guys.
No, let's not say we did. You guys have a great day as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Bye.